In the blistering heat of the 1950s American Southwest, whispers of a mysterious desert creature haunted the small towns and ranches. It was called El Solitario, a name given by the locals, meaning the solitary one. No one had ever seen it up close, but everyone knew of its legend. Ranchers claimed it was the size of a horse, covered in thick, sand-colored scales that made it nearly invisible against the shifting dunes. Its eyes, they said, glowed like embers in the dark, and its howl, heard only on the hottest nights, sounded like a chorus of mournful winds. The first reported sighting was in 1953, when old Gus, a weathered rancher, swore he saw the beast stalking his cattle. Gus told anyone who'd listen that El Solitario was no ordinary desert predator. It was something ancient, something that had been there long before man had ever set foot in the Southwest. Gus described how it moved, gliding silently across the sands like a phantom, leaving no footprints behind. A hunting party was formed not long after Gus' story spread. Young men, eager to prove themselves, armed with rifles and lanterns, set off into the desert night. They followed the strange tracks that would appear then vanish in the hard-packed dirt, as if the creature had melted into the ground. For days they searched, and while they found strange signs, half-eaten cattle carcasses, deep gouges in the rocks, El Solitario remained elusive. Word of the hunt spread, and soon scientists, cryptozoologists, and curious thrill-seekers flocked to the desert. Some believed El Solitario was a prehistoric survivor, a relic from the age of dinosaurs. Others claimed it was a spirit of the desert, an embodiment of the land itself, angered by the intrusion of civilization. Despite their efforts, El Solitario was never caught. The more people searched, the more the creature seemed to evade them, slipping further into the vast, endless desert. Every now and then, someone would claim to see it, a flash of movement in the distance, a pair of glowing eyes just beyond the firelight, but no one could ever prove it. In the years following the initial frenzy, the search for El Solitario became less about hunting a creature and more about pursuing a legend. The desert, vast and unforgiving, held its secrets tightly, and those who ventured too far often found themselves lost, both in body and in mind. Some said that El Solitario was not meant to be found, that it was the desert's guardian, and those who sought it were doomed to wander the sands forever. Today, the legend of El Solitario lives on. Modern explorers and cryptozoologists still search for it, armed with drones and night vision cameras, hoping to capture definitive proof of its existence. But just like in the 1950s, El Solitario remains a mystery, a shadow that moves through the dunes, always one step ahead. Some say it's still out there, watching, waiting, and that the desert will only reveal it to those who are truly lost. Make sure to like and subscribe.